cover art of this album. It's a big fold out. And
That's a centerfold.
It's a centerfold. Yes. Nice. You have a centerfold on your album.
Yeah.
Centerfold of this studio actually.
Yeah.
And it's pretty packed with synthesizers and gear and stuff. So we need to talk about the gear.
Yay!
Yay!
Finally.
Yeah. I've listened to the album many times, and the soundscapes, the more mellow parts are much more detailed. In what gear have you used to come up with this stuff? Because it still sounds like carbon-based lifeforms, but it also sounds more rich. Like, is that? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's part of the big process on every wave. It's based on the Virus TI, and then we added layers with the guitars, I believe, and the Prophet, and just adding grains of sounds to make the texture really big and animated. We worked really hard on working the controllers and the filters.
Yeah, it's a lot of tweaking.
Yeah, and also animating the effects and everything. That was something we did a lot on Hydroponic Garden, and we sort of did a little soul search in the beginning of this album, and what did we like with Hydroponic, what did we like with Bird Sleepers, etc. And that was something we really wanted to capture.
Yeah, and it helps that we've been collecting hardware for like since we've begun, and now we're starting to amass quite a lot of stuff. The 303, the Fismo is on almost every, because it has little spices that you can add, which is really animated. JD800 is only on Exceed, like the whole Exceed track.
And the Moog, of course.
The Minimoog is
for most of the basses, and some melodies as well.
Yeah, and the CZ one ended up in quite a few as well. It has really like melancholic, hollow tones to it. Really nice. When you put in through a reverb, it's beautiful. Yeah, we used that one. We used like old patches from Hydroponic Garden from the.
Yeah, just to pick up.
I'm pointing on the Nord Modular, the first one. Some tracks from some patches from the first track.
Yeah, just to add a little hello from Hydroponic Garden.
There is one synthesizer that is used a lot on your albums, and it's the 303.
Yeah.
Every track on every album.
From what I can hear, it's been used on this album quite a lot too.
Yep.
Yes. You need to give some background on this synthesizer. Why is it used so much?
Because we love it.
Yeah.
And we have a background in acid music. When we started making ambient, we sort of incorporated that synth because that was one of the few we actually had. It was the second synth I bought, at least. So.
Yeah.
What's been used on this album? Is it the original or is it?
No, it's a mix.
Is it?
I used mine for. Yeah, mostly, but that kind of ended up halfway in, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So I used mine, but I have a faulty transistor in mine, so mine is really noisy. I used your Devilfish for dodecahedron. The T line on that one.
True that.
42 degrees.
Track. Yes.
Is that how you say it? 42 degrees.
About 42.
About 42. Is that actually called about 42?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little
tilde.
Yeah, it's a tilde sign. Yeah.
About 42.
That has a very interesting rhythm. To the 303 sound. It really sticks out on the album.
MIDI controlled.
Yeah.
MIDI controlled Avalon.
So that's the Avalon.
Yeah. It doesn't really work.
No, it was really buggy. That version of the firmware was. So we could record 1 or 2 minutes at a time, and then it's just die. That's what you hear at the end of the track when it goes.
It actually broke down.
Yeah.
But it sounded cool, so we kept it.
Yeah.
So we basically wrote a MIDI sequence, and it sort of quirked out, and we thought it sounded cool. Those dring noises. So we actually copy and pasted that for a bit and recorded as much as possible.
Before it broke down again.
Daniel, you mentioned that the 303 was your second synth you bought.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
The MC 303.
Yeah.
The Groove Box.
The Groove Box.
Yes.
Okay. And Johannes, what was your first synthesizer?
My first was Casio CZ1. No, 5000.
Base Station.
No, that was the second one.
All right.
No, Casio CZ1 5000.
Yes.
And I finally managed to part from it. Sold it to a friend. And,
Oh, you actually sold it?
yeah, I sold it.
Wow.
And I bought a CZ1.
Ah.
So I get velocity and stuff like that.
So it's the same thing, but a bit better.
Same sound engine, I think maybe. Yeah, it's the same sound engine, but it's a better spec because it has aftertouch and velocity, which is really good considering the sounds it makes, cool bell sounds and stuff like that.
What's the first thing you go for on a synthesizer? You see, let's say you see the Fismo over there for the first time. What do you actually reach for? What's the first control you reach for?
Usually the filter. Yeah. To see what kind of character it has, and that's also like the knob that does the most difference. But the Fismo is different. It's weird.
It's just weird.
Some kind of strange wavetable thing. So it's you don't get the results you like imagine when you go for the filter knob, at least. Yeah, it's got some really weird ranges in it as well. So you think it's like plus minus 64, but it's plus 127, which leaves another knob has half the range is dead on it. And so yeah, it's really weird.
But it makes cool sounds.
Yeah.
What's the first sound you try to create? Do you have I
Boards of Canada sync leads, I think is
Boards of Canada sync leads.
Yeah. Some
you have to explain that to the viewers. What's a Boards of Canada sync lead?
It's kind of hollow, kind of dissonant.
It's a typical one on RCA Plus.
Yeah.
The main theme lead there is a typical Boards of Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Ah.
So it's sort of an electric piano, but not the.
And that's the break.
There we go.
So that's the sound you always try to sort of go for.
Yeah, I always. It's interesting to see what. I think you get close to the character of the synthesizer when you try to do that.
Daniel, anything that you go for, or you're the preset guy? So you
I'm the
go
preset
for...
guy.
Okay.
So I usually
So
go
what presets do you usually go for? What's the first preset?
The bass.
The bass.
Well, I usually start with the bass or possibly a pad or some sort of texture when I write the track. I don't usually go for just playing around with sounds or create sounds. I'm in production mode, so I find something I like and then I go just try to find a melody or something like that. Demo mio.
Yep.
You have two stereos, and this is one of them, so you obviously have a lot more gear.
Not that much. I actually don't have that much of equipment. To be honest.
Okay.
Well, or do I?
Yeah,
Two TV303s, one clone,
two
one
clones.
Avalon. Yeah, two clones.
No. Virus TI,
Virus TI,
Motor M1, 909.
909, SID Station. And I actually bought a MC303. I sold mine, but I bought one again, so I have one.
So you actually have the first synthesizer that you bought again,
Yes.
And Johannes, you have sold yours, but you do have
upgraded.
Upgraded, yes, it's sort of, yeah. So
And I still have the second one I bought, my base station still.
that was heavily used on Hedberg Garden, I think.
Yep. Yeah, the CBL
And
base
the
like
pop,
this.
of course. That was,
Yeah.
What's the next piece of gear that you will get? I mean, you
For
obviously
me, it's a Jupiter 6.
The Jupiter 6.
I've been gassing on it for.
a vintage one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been really wanting to get my hands on one for over a year now, I think.
Yes.
It's so cute. It looks like 80s manga. I love it.
So you tend to go for vintage stuff, or do you use anything new?
Yeah, the Prophet 12 is new. Avalon is new.
Based on all synthesizers,
Yeah.
but yeah. Mostly, Mordor is...
Yeah, the motor is it's new as well. So, but yeah, it's like there's more. It's more magic in old things.
What's interesting that's new that's coming out right now?
Small independent.
Like the Motor,
like the Motor and Avalon.
The Avalon is just a 303 clone.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's like an upgraded 303.
Yeah.
I don't know really. I kind of like what DSI is doing.
Dave Smith instruments.
Yeah. And I feel somebody should do a Matrix 12 clone already. They did the OB6 DSI in Oberheim, and it was fun. But I think the time is ready to do like step it up a bit, because they've been doing a lot of polys now, and they're really cool. But it's a lot of the same kind of filters, and I think it would be cool to have Matrix 12 or something like that. Experiment with the different oscillators and different filters.
Well, I have one more question. What about the forests?